Cardinal fans, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Touchdowns with Tice. Today it's just me and Coach Tice. Jared's down at the volleyball.
Oh, how about the volleyball?
The volleyball team will in the middle of the state tournament, so he's down there. So it's just me and you today, Coach.
We can handle it.
Yeah, but it'd probably be a lot better, to be honest with you. So, hey, Coach. So first off, congratulations on a big win Friday night against Molton, 28-27 ball game. Man, what a difference! Last year, 78-75. People said Farmington and Molton don't play defense. This year, it's 28-27.
Big difference in the ball game, that's for sure. But I'll tell you what, the game plan that Bill Harrelson and his staff put together for Molton this year was unbelievable. The amount of pressure that we put on Maddox Berry, he was 20 out of 50. You know, last year, I don't know if he threw any incompletions up there when the old bug picked it off there at the end, but he had a rough night, you know, and you hold him 20 out of 50, that's remarkable. But the players back there in the defensive secondary did a tremendous job and bought into the fact that we were bringing pressure. We were going to bring one more defender than they could handle blocking wise. They had 6 blockers, we've sent 7 players. They had 5 blockers, we sent 6. And we bought into we're just going to have to play pass defense a couple of seconds. And tremendous job.
Coach, it's the first time I'd ever seen, and maybe this has happened before, first time I'd ever seen, though, I've seen people stack the box against a team that's running the ball. But we line up there, and like the very first play on defense, I'll tell Jared, I said, look, or tell Brian, I said, look, everybody's within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage against a team we know that's going to throw the ball.
That's right.
And I have never seen that, and you're right. You had talked last week about how that between the second half and 2 seconds release time and how you had to get there quick. And Coach, I thought that you really had him kind of just off his mark pretty much all night.
Well, we hit him a lot. Wiley Stotts had 8 quarterback hurries. So he's getting there at 1.6 seconds and just a half step. You know, we finally sacked him a couple times there late in the game. Ben Rush, you know, the old junior, defensive end playing behind Harvey and Stotts wasn't over there hanging his head. He was ready to go, and we put him in the ball game. He was revved up and ready.
Yeah.
But we had a lot of quarterback hurries. We got him on the ground some. We hit him quite a bit, forced him to run some. We just everything worked out really good for us.
Well, Coach, how about the big play to knock down the pass going into the locker room at halftime? And then you have a big play on the 2-point conversion.
Well, just outstanding plays. You know, Peyton Bailey and Bryce Thompson, Nate Bullion, just had great games. Those were the ones they have 3 great receivers. You know, Sandage, number 15, is probably, he's already been offered scholarships to D2 schools. He should have. And he's classy too. He and number 19 came to our sideline after the ball game and was very complimentary of our team and the competition that took place. And also the coach's son, Champ McNabb, came over. Those three are great receivers. They're like our receivers, They're just outstanding receivers, did a great job. But man, to hold those guys, those 2 plays, Bailey on the last play, I think Bailey and Thompson both were on the one for halftime. Might have been Bullion, I can't remember, but the one at the end of the game when they moved their receivers closer together, Bailey told me, he said, I knew they were going to run that quick out. And so that gave him a little half step there and knocked the ball down. Great play. Saved the victory, for the Cardinals. And we so appreciated.
Yeah.
And also the pressure we got on Crosby Schmidt was right in the face of Barry. And so everything worked out.
Well, Barry's a kid that's going to go to UCA. Then you move over to our side of the ball. Man, hey, we got a good quarterback too. And the receivers, again, some tremendous catches. The offensive line did a good job of giving him time. And I kept thinking back, I don't know how we just ended up with 28 points. And then,
we never punted. We never punted. We should have had a lot more points. I think it hurt us pretty good, though, when Logue went out of the ball game, retweaked that ankle problem that he's had all year long because he was having a great game. Matter of fact, he had 56 yards after contact. So we thought, boy, he's back.
Yeah.
And then he got rolled up pretty good in a pile, and we lost him. so it became pretty one-dimensional at that time. And but we never punted. I got spooked. I will be the first one to tell you, because I don't do it perfectly. And I got spooked. We got almost 2 or 3 extra points blocked, and I'm thinking, we can't get a field goal blocked. You know, they might pick it up and run it in or whatever. So we went for it, which we have a great completion ratio of going for it on 4th down. And but I think if we had been able to kick the field goal, that would have put us up 3 scores in the 4th quarter. That was the thing to do. But after watching the last extra point, I said, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
So they bailed it. Like I told them when you brought me here, you're going to have to overcome poor coaching every now and then, Jeff.
Yeah. Well, the best thing I can tell, 28's more than 27, so we'll take it. So, Coach, now this week we're going to go over the mountain, and we got our last road trip of the regular season. Go down to Clarksville, and Clarksville. Well, I mean, the offense is going to be a little different. You know, I mean, what can we expect from Clarksville?
Well, you know, Clarksville's a struggling football team, but they're a very prideful football team. They're going to compete. They have probably the 2 best, maybe, you know, in the mix, 2 best defensive linemen that we've seen all year. One of them is huge. He's 320 pounds, about 6'3", and he's a great football player, number 71. You know, when I close my eyes of a night, I see him. You know, he's a heck of a player. And so, you know, the problem here in this kind of ball game is not Clarksville. It's us. Are we mature enough to go down there and play error-free football and have them saying when the game's over they had to do everything they could humanly possibly do to stay on the field with us? We're a better football team than they are, but that old ball doesn't bounce right all the time.
Right.
You go down there and turn it over a time or 2 or get a bad penalty, call it a touchdown back and things like that, and all of a sudden, you know, it's a ball game. So we have faced a lot of adverse situations all year long, and we've had to adjust to a lot of different situations, and this is another one of those things we've got to adjust to, and we have the senior leadership to make that adjustment. These kids have, you know, finally, I think every senior we've got is now really on board that they've got to set the example for everybody to go by. This is the team they're going to be remembered for. So this is just another test, and you know, it's down there, and you know, hey, they like I say, they're struggling, but you can make them a lot better by disrespecting them and not being ready to go when you get down there.
Coach, this is a group, talking about your group, let's just go to the offensive side, that has really, over the last few ball games, played real clean games. Hadn't been a lot of self-inflicted issues. And I apologize because I brought that up before the game on Friday, and we go out there on the first possession and we got 2 or 3 false start penalties, you know. And so I know that that offensive unit on Friday probably be a little more focused and want to clear that stuff up.
Well, probably a case of jitters, butterflies, and things like that, and we got it out early and played clean from then on. But our offensive football team, take Aiden Lester, and he'll be the first one to give credit to the receivers and the offensive line and the backs for blocking. He's 144 out of 190 for 2,000 yards, and he's only played in like 6 ball games, folks. I mean, would I trade Aiden Lester for Maddox Berry? There's no way. The 2 went head-to-head. He beat him. He beat him in every aspect. He's the best quarterback in the state of Arkansas, as far as I'm concerned. No other quarterback can do the things that our quarterback can do. His vision is unbelievable. His football smart's unbelievable, and he's a great athlete. I have no idea why he's not given a college scholarship.
It don't make
if I
no
was a college
sense to me.
football coach, he'd be the first guy I'd take.
Yeah, and you're right, Coach. My Farmington math tells me that's about a 76% completion ratio.
You know how many interceptions?
I'm trying to think. I can't recall.
1 on a 2-point conversion, which we just kind of had to throw it up into the end zone. 1 interception, 20 touchdowns.
Well, I hope you got on to him about that, Coach. That
Oh, he paid the price for that. I'm telling you, Coach Wally wouldn't speak to him for a half.
Had him up there early Saturday, huh? Yeah. So, Coach, on the defensive side tonight, what we got to do tonight to be successful on defense?
Well, we got to be very disciplined. You know, the last couple of ball games, they have tried to run the football a lot. They've tried to shrink the game. You know, wind that clock, every opportunity. We've just got to play very disciplined football, on that side of the ball, and we'll be just fine. Now, they have shown spread offense earlier in the year, but here the last couple ball games, it's all been, lots of backs in the backfield and running the football. And number 10 is a very, very fine football player. Plays both ways, plays linebacker and plays running back, and the guy can play.
Yeah. Well, Coach, before we end it, for this episode, I think we probably need to talk about the JV team.
Boy, I was hoping you'd bring that up. Yeah. I tell you what, the old JV team's 9-0, finished their season this week down at Van Buren with a 34-14 victory. We called it the Super Bowl, the JV Super Bowl, and these kids have worked really, really hard. They've worked extremely hard in practice. They've given that varsity a good look every day in practice. Slade Norwood has thrown the football very, very good. They protected him very well. Brenner Watkins has had a great year there, as has Tage Pollard and Cooper Stoltz and Jackson Williams. I mean, they've done well. Offensive line has done real well too. MJ Dilworth up there at guard, Noah Comstock at tackle, Deacon Himes at tackle. Those guys have had the old Diesel in there, Casey Daniels at center. They've done real well. So we've got a big expectations for them in the future. Defensively, they will hit people. The old cowboy Lane Smith back there, he hunts people up. Yeah. Ben Rush, like we talked about earlier, defensive end, and Brody Curry, and Christian Delgado is the quickest guy off the ball, probably in school. And these are going to be names that you're going to hear more and more of in the future. And they're planning. They're in our kicking game right now in certain aspects of our varsity games. But these are outstanding young men, outstanding players.
Well, congratulations to them on a 9-0 season. That's hard to do.
That's very hard to do at any level, in any sport, to go undefeated, and they did it. And they like to play. They're excited. They're an excited bunch, and I'll tell you what, we're going to get them rings for their championships. These blow pop rings.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, yeah.
And they're all excited about that. Yeah. We're going to have a big ring ceremony and hand those out.
Yeah. Well, that's a good idea, Coach.
Well, you got to celebrate the victories,
that's
guys.
Right.
I'm telling you.
That's right. Too, Coach.
Yes, that's right.
All right, Coach. You got anything else?
No. We're going to finish up Clarksville, and we got Alma coming in for senior night, an improving football team. That ball game's going to mean a lot, because if they should come up here and win, that's probably going to put them in the playoffs. So they got a lot to play for. We've got a lot to play for. We need some help. We need some help out of Harrison.
Yeah.
They play Greenbrier this week, and we'd love a little help out of them Goblins. And we may be playing, that may be for a part of the conference championship.
Right.
And then also you need that home berth in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah. All right, Cardinal fans, well, we're just a few minutes away from kickoff, and you've been watching Touchdowns with Ty, so go Cards.
The doctors at Millennium Chiropractic Sports Medicine Rehab Amana Clinic are proud to partner with Farmington High School to provide